So this is the third example I'll work through. It's from the third practice section for Wednesday, and it's the ones with the phase shift, and these are a little tricky. So I think the added thing is that this guy lets you move these by halves. That's bad news sometimes. You forget to count. So here's our function they want us to graph: 1/2 sine pi over 3x plus 4 pi over 3 minus 2. So many things going on in this. So let's just go step by step. I'm going to write the general guy up here with the letters that we use. So b sine, and then here is a x minus h plus k, where the b is your amplitude, and your k on the end is your vertical shift still, your midline. And then the stuff going on inside, this h is your horizontal or phase shift, and then this a determines what your period is. The period is 2 pi divided by the a, and if we want to think a second what this means, this a is the reciprocal of the scale change. So if the a were 3, the period would be 2 pi, what it normally is, divided by 3, 3 times as small. And that shouldn't be any big surprise, because this h works the opposite way too. If it says x minus 2, that actually means right 2. And if it says x plus 2, that actually means left 2. So that's opposite also, but with a plus minus. All right, so let's look at what we have here. They start us out with sine function, parent function, amplitude of 1 right now, period of 8. If we look up at what we have here, so our amplitude of this function is definitely going to be 0.5. Let's make that amplitude 1/2 right now. All right, so there we go, up and down 1/2. And then the period will be the next thing I'm going to go to on my graph. The period is going to be 2 pi divided by the a. Well, our a here is, even if it's in factored form or not, your a is pi over 3. So your period of this is 2 pi over pi over 3. Or you can think about this like 2 pi times 3 over pi, the reciprocal fraction. And your pi's divide to 1, and you get a period of 6. So let's make this have a period of 6. And there we go, 1.5. So 0 to 1.5 on the x-axis, to 3 to 4.5 to 6, 1 period. Okay, vertical shift, easy. I see that it's down 2. So I'm going to take care of that right now. So here's my vertical shift, minus 2. So this point that's at 0, 0 comes down to 0, negative 2. The point that's at 1/2 and 1.5 comes down to 1/2 and negative 1.5, down 2 from where it was. So this is the correct graph without the correct scale change. So I'm just going to take that piece separately. Let's grab that and just do the inside part here. Just this right here, that part right there. Write it down here, pi over 3 plus, pi over 3x plus 4 pi over 3. What is the horizontal or phase shift? We need to factor out the pi over 3 in order to see that. And what's left is a plus, because it says plus, and then 4. And a quick little check for yourself and see what you get when you do 4 pi over 3 divided by what you factored out. That's really what needs to go right up in there. So left 4. So real carefully, we're going to move this point from negative 2 on the y back 4, negative 2. And this guy that's at 1.5, negative 1.5, we're going to move it back 4 units. Now I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to cross my fingers. I hope I didn't wiggle it up and down or anything like that, and that we get confetti when we do that.